This is Mr. Islam Yusuf. Our lesson today about slope-intercept form. In this tutorial, we'll know how to write the linear equation in slope-intercept form, how to graph the line using slope-intercept form. What is the meaning of slope-intercept form? The slope-intercept form is represented as y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, and b, which is y-intercept. So the equation y equals mx plus b is called the slope-intercept form. In this problem, we need to write the equation in a slope-intercept form, given that the slope and y-intercept. The slope is equal to -1/2 and y-intercept equal 3. So from the given, we know that m is equal to -1/2 and y-intercept, which is b, equal to 3. We know that the equation is y equals mx plus b. So by substitution, we can find that y is equal to -1/2x plus 3. And that is the equation in slope-intercept form. Now we need to graph the equation. We'll start from b, which is the y-intercept, which is defined by the starting point. b is equal to 3, so we start from 3. What is the meaning of the slope? The slope which is equal to -1/2. We say the slope which is the change of y over the change of x. Because the change of y is negative, it means it's going down. And the change of x is positive, it means it's going right. So it's going down by 1 unit. Then it's going right 2 units. So that is the place of the second point. So we start from the y-intercept, which is b, then going down 1 unit, then going to the right 2 units. For any 2 points, there is only one line passing through them. Number 2. If the slope is equal to -3 and y-intercept equals to -8. From the given, we say that m is equal to -3 and y-intercept is equals to -8. Then we have the equation y is equal to mx plus b. By substitution, we can find that y is equal to -3x minus 8. And that is the equation. Now we need to graph. We have to draw the coordinates. We start from -8. That is the point -8. And the slope is equal to -3/1. It means it's going down 3 units and going to the right 1 unit. But there is no enough space to going down. So we can write the slope as 3/-1 because we will find the same value, which is -3. And that means it's going up 3 units and going left 1 unit. So moving up 3 units, so it will be 1, 2, and 3, then going left 1 unit. So that's the graph of the second point. So by drawing a line which is passing through the 2 points, it means we have a graph of line with the equation y equal to -3x minus 8. Number 3. The slope is equal to 3/4 and y-intercept equals to -2. We know the equation y is equal to mx plus b. So the equation y is equal to 3/4x minus 2. Now we need to graph the equation. We'll start by drawing the x-axis and y-axis. So we start from b, which is -2, so that's -2. And we said the slope is equal to 3/4. It means it's going up 3 and going right 4, because it's rise over run. So going up 3, that's 3 units, then going right 4 units, so it will be 4 units. Then we can draw the line which is passing through the 2 points. So that's the graph of the line. Graph each equation, state the slope and y-intercept. This equation is written in standard form. We said the easiest way to graph the equation which is written in standard form, which is x-intercept and y-intercept. If you remember to graph the x-intercept and y-intercept, we say that x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, it means -4, y is equal to 12. Then divided by -4, it means y is equal to -3. So the ordered pair will be 0 and the -3. For the second one, we have y is equal to 0. It means we cancel y, so the remainder now will be 3x is equals to 12. It means x is equals to 4. So the ordered pair that we have, which is 4 and 0. The first point is 0 and -3. That's the graph of the first point. The second point is 4 and 0. So that's the second point. So we draw the line which is passing through them. You will find that y-intercept, which is b, equal to -3. Because the line intersects the graph at the point -3, or we can say that the value of y when x is equal to 0. Now we need to find the slope. Without using the 2 points, we know that the slope, which is rise over run. The line now is increasing line, it means the slope is positive. We have to determine 2 points. That is the 2 point, x-intercept and y-intercept. It's going up 3, it means it's rise by 3. And run 4. So it will be, the slope will be 3/4. Number 2. -2x plus 5y equals to 10. Now to find X-intercept and Y-intercept, we say that X is equal to 0 and Y is equal to 0. The first one, if X equals 0, it means we'll cancel X, so the remainder now will be 5Y is equals to 10, then Y is equals to 2. Then the ordered pair will be 0 and 2. Now for Y equals 0, it means we'll cancel Y, so the remainder will be negative 2X is equals to 10, then X is equal to negative 5, then the ordered pair will be negative 5 and 0. From the given before graphing, we can find the Y-intercept, which equals to 2. The first point is 0 and 2. That's the first point. The second point, negative 5 and 0. So that's negative 5 and 0. Then we draw the line which is passing through the 2 points. We have here increasing line, so the slope will be positive. We can find the slope by rise over run. So it's rise by 2 and run by 5. So the slope will be 2 over 5. Number 3. 3x plus 2y equals 6. By the same way, we'll find that x-intercept and y-intercept. For x equals 0, it means 2y is equal to 6. It means y equals to 3. Then the ordered pair will be 0 and 3. If y equals 0, it means 3x is equal to 6. Then x equals 2. Then the ordered pair will be 2 and 0. The first point is 0 and 3. The second point is 2 and 0. Then we draw the line which is passing through the 2 points. From the graph, we can find that y-intercept is equal to 3. Now we need to find the slope. As we see that we have decreasing line, so the slope will be negative. So we can find the slope by going down 3 units, so it will be 3, and going to the right 2 units, so it will be rise over run, which is equal to negative 3 over 2. For any function represented graphically by a line parallel to x-axis and intersect y-axis at any point, this function is called constant function, because the coefficient now of x will be equal to 0. And the coefficient of y will be not equal to 0. And this equation will be written in the form of y equals to b. In this problem, we need to graph each equation, state the slope and y-intercept. For the first one, we have y equal to negative 3. For any equation represented by y equals b, it's represented graphically by a line parallel to x-axis and a cut y-axis at the point P with a slope equals to 0. For any equation y equals any number, constant number, it's represented by a line parallel to x and intersect y at the point P with a slope equal to 0. So for the equation y equal negative 3, it's represented by a horizontal line parallel to x-axis and intersect y-axis at the point negative 3. And the slope will be equal to 0 and y-intercept will be equal to negative 3. Y equals to 5. It's written in the form y equals b. So it's represented by a horizontal line parallel to x and intersect y at the point 5. So we draw the line passing through the point 5. So the slope now will be equal to 0 and y-intercept will be equals to 5. Number 3. 2y equals 1. We can't graph the equation 2y equals 1. We have to write the equation in the form of y equals b. So we need to divide all of the equation by 2. If you divide the equation by 2, it means y is equals to 1 over 2. So it's represented graphically by a line parallel to x-axis, intersect y-axis at the point 1 over 2. So that is the graph of the line. So the slope now will be equal to 0 and y-intercept equals to 1 over 2. Which of the following in an equation in a slope-intercept form for a line shown? To find the equation of the line, we need to find the slope and y-intercept. Number 1. The slope is decreasing line, so the slope must be negative. Now we have 2 points, the x-intercept and y-intercept. It's going down by 1 and going to the right 3 units. So it will be negative 1 over 3. And the line intersects y-axis at the point 1, and that's the y-intercept. So the equation with the slope negative 1 over 3 and y-intercept equals 1, which is C. Number 2. We need to find the equation of the line. So to find the equation of the line, we need to find the slope and we need to find the y-intercept. The slope defined by the change of y over the change of x. So it's going up by 1 and going right 4. So it will be 1 over 4. Because we have increasing line, so the slope will be positive. Now we need to find b. The line intersects the y-axis at the point negative 1, so it will be negative 1. So the equation of the line with the slope 1 over 4 and y-intercept equals to 1, which is A. Now with the problem solving. In 2002, about 2.8 million girls competed in high school sport. The number of girls competed in high school sport has increased by an average of 0.05. million per year since 2002. We need to write the equation to find the number of girls in high school sport after 2002. As we see that we have a linear equation because we have a constant rate of change because it's increased by an average. An average with 0.05, it means we have a constant rate of change. So the slope of this equation will be 0.05. And we said to write the any linear equation, we need to find the slope and we need to find y-intercept. Y-intercept, as we said before, it's mean the starting point. So in 2002, the number of girls are started with 2.8. So B is equal to 2.8. So now the equation y equal to 0.05x plus 2.8. To write any linear equation, we need to find the slope and y-intercept. You will find the slope defined by the average rate of change, and you will find y-intercept as a starting point, or the initial value. You will start with 2.8 million girls. It means the y-intercept will be 2.8, and the rate of change will be 0.05. So the equation now will be y equals 0.05x plus 2.8. Now we need to graph the equation. To graph the equation, we can use the table because the number is not clear to graph it, so we can use x and y. For x is equal to 0 and 2 and 4, we can choose any numbers like 0, 2 and 4. So for the first one, it will be 2.8. If x equals 2, so 0.05 times 2 plus 2.8, which equals to 2.9. If x is equals to 4, so 0.05 times 4 plus 2.8 equals to 3. Now we have the points, so for 0 and 2.8, then 2 and 2.9, 4 and 3, then we can graph the line. Estimate the number of girls competing in 2020. Now we have a starting point at 2002, and we need to find the answer at 2027. So we need to find how many years. What are the number of years? We will subtract 2027 minus 2002, which equals 25. As you know that the equation y equals to 0.05 x plus 2.8. So the number of girls after 25 years will be y equals 0.05 times 25 plus 2.8. Then the number of girls will be y equal to 4.05 million. In the next tutorial, we'll know the type of transformation of the linear function.